Hi Aries, welcome to your love reading for November 2017. I've already shuffled the deck, so let's go ahead and begin. Okay, so this is going to be for confirmation, but first let's get 9 cards for you from this deck. This is a love reading for the sign of Aries for November 2017. The first card you have, Aries, is the Two of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Aries for November 2017. The King of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Aries for November 2017. The Chariot. Love reading for the sign of Aries for November 2017. The Seven of Pentacles. Love reading for Aries. The Five of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Aries. The Ace of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Aries for November 2017. You have the Lovers. Love reading for the sign of Aries. Judgment. Love reading for the sign of Aries. And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the card at the bottom of the deck is going to represent the main energy around your love life for November. And you have the Six of Swords. So this is telling me no matter what is going on in your love life, like things are getting better. The Six of Swords is about moving away from difficulty, moving away from challenges. And we will come back to this card to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. We're going to take it one row at a time. So I'm going to scoot you up here. We're going to look at the top row. Okay, so on the top row, you've got the Two of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Chariot. So what's being emphasized here is someone who is a water sign. So this would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, male or female, sun, moon, or rising, or someone who is in that energy. Someone who's very kind of, sensitive, romantic, very well connected to their emotions. It seems like something's going on with this water sign. And because you have the Two of Pentacles here, I feel like for some of you, it could be that you're not getting the commitment that you want from this person. With the Two of Pentacles, this feels like a relationship that is off and on, or someone that comes and goes. This can be someone that, where I feel like for some of you, it's someone that kind of moves in and then moves out, maybe literally out of the home. You're in and out of a relationship with this person. This is kind of like wishy-washy energy. Like this person won't give you a clear answer. I feel like in the month of November, like you're finally seeing something change because you have the Chariot. It is a major arcana, and it represents movement within a relationship. It's also a card of victory. So I feel like, in a situation, a relationship, whether you're just dating or you're already married, where there is a lot of going back and forth and like there's no stability. Maybe there's no stability because if you're dating, maybe they're still seeing other people. You don't have an exclusive relationship. Or maybe you're already married, but there's no stability because the relationship is off and on and they don't really know if they want to stay married. Or maybe you don't know. There is an energy of, finally moving away from that and finally having a successful, healthy relationship. It could also be with the Two of Pentacles that for some of you, there could be two people. So it could be that, you've been involved with two people and you've had trouble deciding and you kind of go back and forth. You love both of them. You care about both of them. I feel like if you have that going on, then you're finally making a decision with the Chariot. You're finally picking. There'll finally be movement. As well as, anyone else where there's a situation where someone has not been giving you clear answers. Maybe they've not been telling you how they feel, or you're not sure if you're actually in a relationship with someone. You're not know if it's going to work out. Maybe, like I said, this is wishy-washy energy, going back and forth, no stability. I feel like you're finally seeing a positive change in that. Remember that you did have, as the main energy, the Six of Swords, which is telling me that you're moving away from this right here. You're moving away from people that don't give you clear answers. People that just lead you on. People that have you in the dark. Like you're finally getting away from that energy and you're moving into something much healthier, and it's going to be a much calmer time for you as far as your love life. Okay, so the middle row here, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. So here, I see you here with the Seven of Pentacles. I see you looking at a relationship very carefully. And I feel like you're looking at it because there's something here that you don't quite like with the Five of Pentacles. And usually when this card comes up, you feel like somebody is not sharing with you. You feel totally you feel totally shut out from the relationship. Like the person just does not talk to you anymore. You don't really know what they're thinking. You don't know what they're feeling. You don't know what they want anymore. And I feel like, you're taking the time to really kind of look at this carefully. Now, the good news is that, if there is someone in your life, whether it's someone you're dating or it's your spouse, where you just kind of feel like, something has changed and we're not as close as we used to be. Or there's something weird about the way that they're treating me. Like, they're like they're being secretive. I mean, I don't usually get secretive from this card, but I am. For your reading, it's just like, they've built walls around themselves and you don't quite know what's going on with them. I feel like you're taking the time to look at this carefully, to look at the relationship. And I feel like for some of you, you're confronting that partner to see like, what changed? Why am I being treated this way? Again, I see a positive change. You have the Ace of Wands, which tells me that you'll be able to get past those differences. The Ace of Wands is a clean slate. So again, where someone has just, not been very nice to you with the Five of Pentacles, maybe they have, maybe there's been a lot of fighting, because this card can also be, a sense of loneliness because, there's, people are just not getting along. Again, you'll have the ability to kind of wipe the slate clean in the month of November. But I do feel like you have to look at it first. Like there's certain things you have to see in the relationship with the Seven of Pentacles. This is kind of like weighing your options. And for some of you, yes, maybe not all, you might kind of be weighing your options in a relationship where you just feel downright isolated and lonely. For some of you, it could be, and I've had a lot of readings lately where people are telling me that people are just kind of like breaking up with them out of the blue, for, even breaking engagements for no reason at all, with no explanation. And I feel like, you're taking the time to really kind of like look at those relationships to see, what really happened there. But again, there is like new energy here. For some of you, this can be new people, especially for singles. But I even feel like for those where you're just, something is happening around you that is just not fair with the Five of Pentacles. Someone is kind of building walls around themselves and you just kind of feel totally isolated. You're recognizing that in the month of November. You're finally seeing this and you're seeing what you deserve. You're finally figuring things out. And again, this could be, a new beginning with that partner if they're willing to change. And for some of you, it could be that you're meeting new people. Now down here, let's keep it here so we don't lose a camera. We've got the Lovers card. We've got Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune. So, you have the Lovers card, and obviously this is a significant relationship. If you're married, then this is your marriage. Or if you're coupled, this is you and your partner. Now, what's interesting is that down here, you've got all major arcana. You've got the Lovers card. You've got the Judgment card. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. All major arcana down here. So I feel, relationships, there is like major change around relationships for the sign of Aries. Especially, relationships where maybe there has been a breakup, because the Judgment card is a new beginning. But it's also, a second chance. So it could be, that you and your partner had parted ways. Possibly because of the energies I see up here. Maybe because you felt like, you just didn't know what was going on with them anymore. They completely shut you out and you felt completely isolated from them. Or maybe because of this energy, because there was a lot of wishy-washy energy, a lot of going back and forth, cold feet, not really committing to you. I feel like here you're giving someone the benefit of the doubt to see if, you can start over again. And with the Lovers card here, this is telling me that, you can succeed. I just feel like for some of you, there are certain things that you have to see in your relationship, in your love life. You have to acknowledge certain things with the Seven of Pentacles. You have to see the things you don't want to see in order for this change to take place, the Wheel of Fortune. Where, like, your relationship, it finally kind of reaches a new level. it finally moves into like an entirely different cycle. And the Wheel of Fortune does mean, it's a very blessed energy of change for the better, which ties in, with the main energy telling me that, it's time for your love life to take a turn for the better. This is moving away from really difficult situations, dramatic relationships, tragedies in relationships, people letting you down, like all of that. It's time to get away from that to something healthier. And for most of you, like, you're getting away from that because you're healing things with your partner. You're seeing certain things, you're acknowledging them. And for others, maybe you don't even want to work on those relationships anymore. Some of you might feel like, I want to meet somebody new. Okay, so let me move the camera this way. Let's get some more confirmation from the same deck. What other confirmation is there for the sign of Aries for November 2017? You have the Ace of Pentacles. What other confirmation is there for Aries for November 2017? The Two of Wands. And the Three of Cups. So you have two really positive cards. I'll just put it here like I usually do so you can see it. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and the Three of Cups. So you have two really positive cards kind of promising you that there's going to be happiness in your love life once again. There's going to be a new beginning. This is a card, if you're just getting really lucky, kind of like the Wheel of Fortune. There's going to be a lot of happiness and blessings in your love life, even if you don't see it. Because I feel like for some of you, there's got to be some time of like just letting things happen because you have the Two of Wands. This means, delays and waiting, which I'm sure you don't want to hear. But I feel like there's some things that need to be looked at is what I'm getting from this reading. Certain things that maybe you need to see, acknowledge about your partner, or maybe even just yourself, your love life. There's, waiting involved here, but there is very positive energy around it. Not only new beginnings and blessings, but for some of you it can be marriage, the Three of Cups. This can be marriage, this can be children. This is just, happiness and celebration. This is, finding joy in your love life once again. Because I feel like for some of you, you've been struggling possibly with someone that has not been able to commit, somebody that goes back and forth, somebody that has been kind of just shutting you out emotionally to where you just, they don't let you in and you don't really know what's going on with them anymore. Again, looking at this row here, there's, kind of like a new beginning here. And I feel, I'm drawn to this row right here. So I feel like a lot of you are dealing with this energy here where, you just feel left out. You feel like your partner is just not the person they used to be, or you don't quite have what you used to have, and you're finally seeing this. And some of you are kind of confronting your partner, and for the majority of you, like, there is a new beginning, like you're able to start over, you're able to heal that. Let's get some more confirmation from the other deck to see what it wants to tell you. What other messages are there for the sign of Aries for November 2017? You have the Three of Pentacles. What other messages are there for Aries for November 2017? You have the Hermit. And the Four of Pentacles. I'll put it right here so we can see it. At the bottom of this deck, the Seven of Wands. So there is that confrontational energy. So this means that, you've got to be assertive, because I feel like with Aries, what I'm seeing here, I feel like there's some things going on that have kind of been eating away at you. Some things that have been, even affecting even the most healthy relationships. Maybe some things your partner, maybe they don't even know what they have been doing. Maybe they don't know that you feel lonely and that you feel shut out from their life. This means that you're finally speaking up with the Seven of Wands. This means that you're not afraid to tell your partner what's going on in your head. What you have been feeling, what you feel is kind of hurting your relationship. This is you being really self-confident. Which again, going back to the main energy from the first deck, this is going to help your relationship move in a much more positive direction. Help your love life move in a much more positive direction. So you've got the Three of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Four of Pentacles. It's kind of interesting. You've got the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles with the Hermit right in the middle of it. So what I see here, What I see here is that, you want to fix things in your love life. Like, I feel like the majority of you, like those who are already coupled, like you're not ready, and you don't want to let go, because the Three of Pentacles means that you're willing to do anything. You will do anything to fix your relationship, to make sure that you stay together, or to get the partner that you want. You're willing to do almost anything. And there's like this energy here from the Hermit. It's a major arcana, and it does mean that, this brings me right back to this card over here that I had pulled for you, the Two of Wands. I feel like there would be, kind of a delay. There has to be some waiting as far as in seeing the results that you want. And those results might be in having someone come back into your life, or finally someone committing, because this card is not committing. This is kind of back and forth energy. There has to be, some waiting here with the Hermit. There's some things that have to be seen, and I was getting that as well from the Seven of Pentacles. There's some things you have to acknowledge, but I feel like you're willing to do almost anything with the Three of Pentacles to keep your relationship together, to make sure that you and your partner are together in the future. You're willing to do anything. What the Hermit is telling me, that you have there's a lot of things you need to see that are going on behind the scenes. And with the Four of Pentacles, this is telling me, and I feel like this is your energy more than your partner's. I feel like, for those of you where maybe you want to hold on to your relationship, but you're not sure why, because that's where this energy comes in. This is holding on to something out of fear, just because you don't want to be alone. You want to hold on to a relationship just because you're not sure if you're going to meet somebody else. So there's this energy here of someone just going out of their way to make sure that something happens, or to make sure you get married, or to make sure that they don't leave, or you don't get a divorce. And I feel like for a lot of you, like, you're going to see that change. But I feel like because you have some interesting cards here, the Four of Pentacles is one of them, the Hermit, the Seven of Pentacles, there's some things that you need to look at in your relationship. Make sure that things are fair to you. Because I feel like there's something a little bit weird about this reading. I hope this makes sense to you, because I get a very strange feeling from this reading. I mean, the main energy, just kind of going over the main energies here, is that it's time for you to move in a positive direction when it comes to your love life. No matter what your marital status is, single, married, or dating, or seeing someone, it's time for you to move in a much healthier direction. If your relationship it seems like it's going downhill, and if there's certain things that you can't change, like a partner that refuses to commit, I say that because of the Two of Pentacles, your first card, a partner that constantly shuts you out, and won't tell you what is wrong with them, won't tell you why they won't, why you're not connecting anymore. If there's certain red flags like that, I feel like for many of you, this is the month where you're finally kind of seeing things, you're acknowledging things. And again, with the Hermit, this is saying that November is a time of deep soul searching. So for some of you, you're finally acknowledging that, yes, there's something very off going on with your partner, and it's time to figure out why. With the Hermit, this is kind of a spiritual energy of, what is this person's behavior really trying to tell me? What's really going on with them? There could also be signs as far, from the universe telling you, are you and this person meant to be together or not? And I feel, going back to the main energy from the second deck, the Seven of Wands, this is the month where you're really supposed to be speaking up. Whether you're speaking up about someone that keeps going back and forth, somebody that, where it's a relationship that's off and on and off and on, and there's no sense of stability and you don't feel safe. It's time to really bring this up to your partner. It's time to speak up. Because remember, you're supposed to be moving in a much healthier direction. And there's nothing healthy about somebody where it's constantly off and on, and you don't even know where you stand with them. And this energy as well, where you feel totally left out. It's time to speak up about how lonely you've been feeling. Maybe you don't spend enough time together. Hard to say in a general reading, but I see positive energy here. I see positive energy. I see movement, in a relationship where there's been a lot of going back and forth. Maybe somebody that's had cold feet, not wanting to commit to a permanent relationship. I see success. I see new beginnings here, or someone has been really, lonely, or maybe you've just not been connecting. There's a new beginning here, but there is a need to kind of see what's going on with the Seven of Pentacles. And then down here, the Lover's card is just confirming that you have a strong connection with your partner. And some of you, you're giving this relationship a second chance. No matter like what is going on, no matter what applies to you, you're giving them a second chance. And for a lot of you, this is going to lead to change. You will see those things kind of start to fall away. Maybe those negative behavior patterns they have. Maybe the fact that, they're not fully committing, not really connecting to you. I feel with the Wheel of Fortune, like this begins to change, but I just keep getting the message that there's certain things that you need to see, you need to acknowledge. The Seven of Pentacles, and of course, the Hermit. I feel like you have a lot of thinking, a lot of soul searching to do about your love life and your relationships. Okay, Aries, this has been your love reading for November 2017. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.